Greetings from yesterday. Charlie and I still have people over visiting us, so I'm back in the van today. Tomorrow is Blue Monday, but because I'm filming this yesterday, it means that the day you're watching this is Blue Monday. Today is Blue Monday, but not for me. It's just started raining, which is really loud in here. Listen. And we're talking about Blue Monday, which makes that pathetic fallacy. So Blue Monday is the third Monday of January. So this year, that is the 16th of January. It's also a New Order track, but that's not really relevant to what I want to talk about. Now, the reason that Blue Monday has the name Blue Monday is because it's largely considered to be the most depressing day of the year. The logic is that Christmas is far enough ago that there's no sort of hangover of joy from Christmas. The only thing that hangs over from Christmas is how much you overindulge. And it's also the point in the year where most people have given up their New Year's resolution. A lot of people find January to be quite a tricky month anyway, because although the days are technically getting longer, the days are still quite short, they're quite dark, they're quite cold, and actually, like I just said, Christmas is over and there's not much to look forward to in a little while. And when you couple that with the fact that Monday is most people's least favourite day of the week because it signifies the end of the weekend and it signifies the start of the working week, there's 5 days until you get your time back to yourself, 5 days until the weekend, you can see why a lot of people don't like Mondays. So January plus Monday plus distance from Christmas plus the fact that New Year's resolutions are probably already failing equals Blue Monday. It's really raining now. Now, I don't know how I feel about the fact that we've got a day that we have made the most depressing day of the year. It feels like we've given ourselves an excuse to not feel good on that day. So although I don't really want to acknowledge Blue Monday, I still understand why it exists. For most people, the 1st of January signifies a reset point. Most people have overindulged over Christmas. Maybe they've fallen out of habits over the course of the year. They want January to be a kickstart, either health-wise or career-wise, or anything really. Loads of people have lots of New Year's resolutions about lots of different things. And I completely get it, and I am not immune from it. Everyone loves the opportunity for a fresh start. Like over the last few weeks, I've definitely made a more concerted effort to go out for runs and do exercise. But the reason I don't like the phrase New Year, New Me is because it implies that there was something wrong with the old you, the you all the way up until that point. A lot of people put so much pressure to have completely changed overnight. On New Year's Eve I didn't exercise, but on New Year's Day I do. On New Year's Eve I didn't read, but on New Year's Day I do. New Year's Eve me was crap with money, but New Year's Day me is brilliant. It's just too much. There's nothing slow or incremental about these changes. We expect ourselves to be completely different people from one day to the next, and then we feel bad when we're unable to achieve the unachievable. Now, don't get me wrong, I think self-improvement is a good thing. I think it's really good to have goals, and I've spoken about the importance of having goals, but we also have to be realistic with our expectations sometimes. We have to be realistic with ourselves about what it's possible to achieve over a short period of time. And I think it's good to achieve goals which are really important to us. Think carefully about what our goals are and why those goals are there. I've recently finished reading this book here, Atomic Habits, and I'm sure you've probably heard plenty of people talk about it. That's one of the reasons why I read it. People rave about this book right here. And I can kind of see why. It's well written, it's reasonably engaging, but I've got to be honest with you, it's about habit formation. It's a relatively dry book, and I don't want to poo-poo what everyone has said about this book, but a lot of it is actually kind of obvious. The thing that this book does well is make it clear, make things which are obvious clear. It's also written by James Clear. That's just a coincidence, I think. And the reason I read this book is because I wanted some habits to stick this year. I wanted my workflow to be better and be more productive. But I think my main takeaway from it is picking my battles, picking battles which suit me and trying to make those battles as simple as I can, to not overcomplicate them. New Year's resolutions are basically habits, and habits need to be built incrementally. There's no way that people can go from New Year's Day to the first Monday of the new year and have completely mastered a new habit. And like I said, one of the big barriers for people is taking on way too much. So yes, today may be Blue Monday. The joy of Christmas feels a long time ago, and there doesn't seem to be much on the horizon, and your New Year's resolutions have already fallen away. But I'm just here to remind yourself to be kind to yourself. Just because the habit hasn't stuck yet doesn't mean you have to give up on the new habit. It's only been 16 days in 2023. Of course you've not mastered it yet. And habits are meant to be small personal improvements for you. You don't have to change everything about yourself. The people you love, the people you care about, your friends and your family, the reason that they like you is because you're you and you don't need to be someone else. You can't suddenly be a runner, a reader, a financial expert and a meditative guru. But if you want to get better at any of those things, you can. Just don't expect it to happen overnight. I don't want this to be some preachy, wanky bollocks. I'm just trying to help you lift the burden of expectation from yourself. And that's not to say that you can't expect a lot from yourself. Just try and be realistic about what you're trying to achieve and how long it might take to achieve it. And just remember that Blue Monday will pass and soon it'll be Tuesday when I next speak to you. And until then, don't be a dick.